Ciao everybody, welcome back once again with Chef Dona. Today, potato gnocchi. Yes, part of our family of four. Potato gnocchi freshly made in our kitchen, and today I'm gonna show you a super easy, super summary version of this recipe that contemplates fresh cherry tomatoes, ricotta, basil, garlic, and Parmigiano cheese. Let's get started. So, tools, of course, a burner, can't cook without it, a pot with salted boiling water going, flame goes on, and a fry pan, capient enough to hold 500 grams of gnocchi. I love to use my stainless steel heavy based. All right, a bit of olive oil goes in a pan. I'd say in there you would have 4 tablespoons of it, and a super slow, low temperature. All right, so that heats up. By the time we crush 2 cloves of garlic, which you want to first peel, of course. You can use a smaller knife if you want to. And you just want to crush it, applying some pressure with the side of your knife, and roughly chop it. Don't need to go extremely fine, extremely fancy. Transfer your garlic into the pan. As you can hear, it's very gently sizzling. And you start cutting all your cherry tomatoes, which is roughly 2 pounds. It's about 500 grams of it in a half. That's what you want to do, all of them. So you don't want to change the color of your garlic, you just want to cook that off, let it go nice and gentle until it softens, and that will take the time that roughly would take to cut your 500 grams of cherry tomatoes. When you do any cutting, first of all, of course, you want to make sure that you don't chop your finger off. And second, you want to use a very sharp knife. It might sound a little crazy, but the sharper the knife, less chances you have to cut yourself, because you don't have to apply too much pressure. You just need to slide your knife and let him do the work. All right, we're almost there. So we're gonna use red tomatoes, green basil, white ricotta. It doesn't get any more Italian than that. I want you to get ready for the summer season, and this recipe definitely resonates summer. All right, so now that you have all your tomatoes cut, your garlic was frying off nice and gentle. As you can see, no changes in color, just frying really gently. And now what you want to do, you either get a spoon to transfer, or what I like to do, I just from the board into the pan like that. Flame can go to the max, and you keep cooking your tomatoes. At this point, first step of seasoning, a good seasoned salt. I like to use pink Himalayan salt, table salt will do as well. Now, basil. The best way of enjoying fresh herbs is obviously fresh, so you don't really want to cook them. But what I like to do when I do fresh tomato sauce, or even a Napoli, I like to use 1/3 of my basil at the very beginning of the cooking. So I like to fry off 1/3 of my leaves into oil. That for me helps releasing those aromatic oils contained into the leaves and bind into the tomato sauce. All right, so as you can see, those tomatoes are frying off, and to actually form the sauce, you want to grab some of your cooking water, boiling water, a good ladle of it, which is roughly 200 ml. If it's already boiling, of course helps. And your sauce now is gently simmering away. This step will take roughly 3 to 5 minutes until your cherry tomatoes are nice and soft, but not too mushy, otherwise they're gonna puree and disappear. See you in 3 minutes. And here we are, back after roughly 3 minutes, and this is what it looks like. So as you can see, the sauce start coming together, and if you try now with a fork to squeeze your half cherry tomatoes, you can see that they're nice and soft, but not too mushy. All right, that's exactly what you want. You want to give it a bit of a press here and there. And now, flame goes to a very minimum, lower as possible, and 120 grams of fresh ricotta goes in, all at once. And with the help of a fork, breaking down really roughly. And you don't want to cook for long at this stage. You want to maintain the freshness of the ricotta, and you want to have the distinctive flavor of both. And that won't happen if you let it go for another 5 minutes. It will combine just in one big ricotta flavor. Okay, that's exactly what your sauce should look like. Now, packet of 500 grams of our fresh potato gnocchi. As you know by now, we prepared them in our kitchen, and you can find them, of course, in our online store or the drive-thru shop next to Carboni's, but also in a bunch of IGAs and other amazing shops that are supporting us and our product around Ballarat and surrounding. So all goes in all at once, making sure that you don't splash yourself. A good stir, and now it's just waiting game for about 1 minute until they float. As soon as they float, you wanna collect them with your strainer, and in a pan they go. All right. More fresh basil to top the sauce, and a spoon to transfer our gnocchi in a serving dish. So this recipe with those quantity will feed 3 of you. And here they are, the gnocchi floating. As you can see, the sauce is gently, very gently boiling, simmering I should say. And that's it. Make sure you collect them all. And done. And now, being as gentle as you can be, very quick stir, and they're ready. Flame goes off. It's time to transfer them into a serving dish. Wow, what a smell. So summery. You want to top with a good amount of fresh basil leaf. That's the best way of enjoying fresh basil. few drops of good quality olive oil. If you fancy some black pepper as much as I do. Now it's time for a good grind over it. And if you want to add any extra flavor to this dish, why not? Parmigiano Reggiano, freshly grated, to top. Handmade potato gnocchi with cherry tomato sauce, fresh basil and ricotta. Enjoy, give it a go, give it a try, keep supporting us. Ciao!